How was your 2018? What are you looking forward to in 2019? I'm going to talk a little bit about that in the video. Stay tuned. Hi y'all, Janae here, also known as a well-rounded black girl. I am so happy to see you back in another video. If you did not have a chance to watch my last video, just know that I am home for the holidays. I'm in Tennessee, and so I have obviously a very different filming location. Everything is different, the lighting is different, all the stuff is different. It's okay. I'll be going back to my regular setup in January. So this video is a little bit loosey-goosey. I just wanted to talk a little bit about some of the things that I learned in 2018, what I'm looking forward to in 2019, and a little bit of an addition to the channel. So that's gonna be closer to the end of the video. If you're interested, definitely stay tuned. So my word for the year for 2018 was discipline, and I feel like it was a moderate success. I do have a word for 2019, and I will be sharing it in my upcoming video, which is going to be, the word of the year plus my goals. So definitely look out for that. I think it's the next video that's coming out. So look out for that for sure. And there were some times this year that I was really proud of myself, where I really kind of buckled down and definitely had some discipline and hit a lot of my goals. So I wrote 50,000 words of a novel. That was great. And again, even though I couldn't prove it in time to win my competition, it was great, and it was great to do and great to prove to myself that I could do that. I also bought a new car this year. Well, it's new to me. It was used, but that's fine. And I told myself at the beginning of 2018 that I would get myself into a new car by my birthday, and I did it with almost a whole month to spare. And so I was just so proud of myself that I made that happen. It was a big step for me, definitely a big purchase, and I couldn't be happier with it. And I'm just, again, super proud that I set myself to that goal, and it was attainable, and I did it. And that was great. And part of getting that car was I had some financial obligations that I really needed to take care of that I had put on the back burner for a little bit while I took care of some other things. I know I'm being very vague, but this is my life. And so I definitely buckled down and got those together, and only because I did that was I able to get that car. And so those are two goals that I kind of knocked out in one fell swoop, and it was so good. It was just a great feeling to know that I really sat down and focused and achieved those goals, because they weren't gimmies. I was definitely afraid that I wasn't gonna hit those, and I definitely did. And I'm just, again, super proud of myself for doing that. This next thing is pretty vague as well, but I had some, concerns about my health toward the beginning of this year, and I am kind of notorious for letting things go a little bit too far, and maybe not going to the doctor when I should, just because I think I have some internal thing about doctors. But I definitely got everything checked out. It wasn't nearly as bad as I thought it was, which is great, because that was a great ease on my mental mind, as I like to say. But it was good. And again, things are in control now because I went to see that doctor, and just things that I wouldn't have done a year ago, honestly. I saw myself grow and change and step up to the plate for me. And I really, really love that. Definitely took a lot of discipline to get it done, which is why I say that discipline was a moderate success. Now, again, I say moderate success because there are still some goals that I had for myself at the beginning of this year that I did not hit. Now, I went and got a lot of those health concerns taken care of, or at least evaluated, but I had some health goals that I did not really, hit for myself this year, especially kind of concerning, fitness and weight loss. There are some things that I wanted to do at the beginning of this year, and I just didn't end up doing those things. And I could make a lot of excuses, and a lot of it, sorry, looking down at my computer, a lot of it is, they do have reasons, but whatever the reason is, I didn't hit the goal, and I just have to set new goals for myself for this next year. And again, be a little bit more disciplined and focused in making those things happen. And again, on the flip side of those financial decisions and buying my car, although I'm super proud of myself for getting that done, there were some other financial concerns where I just feel like I squandered a lot. I didn't save as much as I needed to. So while I was able to do some things for myself that I really wanted, there were also things that I didn't do as well, like save money. And so I have, again, another goal around that. And you'll hear all about that coming up in the next video. But You know, I didn't put the goal in front of my face enough, like I talked about in my last video. There were things that I wanted to do, and I just didn't keep those goals in the forefront of my mind. So they were easy to forget on little things when you have like in the moment temptation. In the moment temptation can kill a goal, can kill a dream really quickly if you're not focused on that goal. And I don't think I was as focused on my saving goal as I was on my, you know, getting a car and all of that other stuff, because, you know, that's just a little bit more fun and like flashy. And I definitely need to be buckling down, and I definitely have some plans to do that. But again, I was not very disciplined in terms of saving last year. And again, a big reason why I consider 28 in terms of discipline only like a moderate success. And while I am so happy and proud of myself that I actually started this channel, I definitely struggle with consistency, and especially around communication around that consistency. And so I definitely want to be better with that next year as well. It's just something that I know I'm learning and I'm growing as I continue to pour into this channel and into all of what I'm trying to do. And so I'm excited about it, and I'm excited about where I think 2019 is going to take me. But I also recognize that I could have done a lot better in terms of consistency and, again, communication around that consistency for this channel, you know, for as long as it's been going in 2018. So I'm leaving the word discipline in 2018, and I think that my word for 2019 encompasses discipline and so much more, and I'm super excited to let you all know what it is. So stay tuned for the next video because I will reveal it at that time. In terms of myself, I've learned so much about me over this past year, and really over the past several years, but this past year was a big year in terms of my own personal growth. I did a lot of reflection and, you know, introspection. I've taken a lot of different assessments in terms of, you know, personality things, and I'm going to share all of that in future videos. So definitely stay tuned because I'm super excited about what I plan to bring from that lens. But I've done so much of that, and again, just a lot of soul searching, a lot of thinking. And while I'm never perfect, I'm never perfect. You know, I feel like I've grown a lot, and I'm so proud of myself for the clarity and my vision and my commitment to my purpose that I don't think that I had in the past years. I think I was struggling to find that, and I knew my mission. It was hard for me to understand my vision, and so it was definitely difficult in that middle area to like figure out what my purpose was. But I feel like I've really found it, and I've settled in with it. And I'm just, again, super excited to see how my new perspective and my new focus on goal setting and all of that great stuff that I've been talking about for so long in this channel, I'm excited to see how my passion for those things will allow me to hit goals that I want to hit in the future, and to continue to be aligned to the vision and the purpose and all of that I've set out for myself. I'm just really excited to stay close to that and really, really focus down on it. You know, it just honestly felt like for a long time I was living my life without any control, and I'm really ready to take back those reins and to live life with my own expectations, and really celebrating my own achievements, and to just stop dulling my shine. I feel like I've done that a lot in the past, and I don't want to do it anymore, and I'm excited to take that journey, and honestly to take you all with me. I have so much planned for 2019, and I want to share a lot of it on this channel, and so I'm just super happy and grateful for anybody who's along for the ride, because it's going to be probably a bumpy one, but hopefully, you know, a fruitful one as well. All right, so for that last little bit, that is going to be the addition to this channel, I'm super excited. I have settled on kind of a monthly series that I'm going to be doing, and it is called Being Vulnerable. I think I've talked on this channel about the book, what was it called? Daring Greatly by Brene Brown. I will hopefully, you know, flash that cover up here somewhere and put a link to the book down below in the description box. But it really influenced me a lot as to how I think about vulnerability and what that means. And so I'm a huge proponent of vulnerability. I think it's important. I think there's power in it. But I found that even though I believe in it. I'm not a great practitioner of vulnerability. I don't allow myself to be vulnerable a lot just because, as most people are, I'm afraid of being hurt. Don't want to put myself out there and like, you know, either get nothing or get ridicule or get whatever. But I also think, again, that there is power in vulnerability, and that you might not ever be comfortable with being vulnerable, but I want to find a certain amount of comfort in that discomfort, if that makes any sense. And so the last video of every month, it's usually going to be the last video of every month, I'm going to do part of the series is, like I said, it's going to be called Being Vulnerable. And I've basically found a lot of squishy, what I call squishy questions that are kind of intimate, very personal, allow me to be vulnerable. And I'm going to answer anywhere between 1 and 4 questions each video. I have them all written down and I've cut them into strips of paper. I've placed them into a jar. It's back at home, but I'll show it to you in the first Being Vulnerable video in January. And I'm just gonna pull out questions. And I say 1 to 4, depending on how intense the questions are and how long my response is to each question, because I don't want them to be super long, but I also don't want it to be super quick. So I'm gonna settle and just decide once I'm filming how many questions I'm gonna answer. And now I know that there's a little bit more to vulnerability than just like answering intimate and like personal questions on the internet. I definitely know that. But I'm hoping that it's a good first step. And I'm hoping that it also illuminates somebody else's path who maybe sees this and just can understand the different ways to be vulnerable. Again, this is not going to be something that's it's not going to by itself make me the most vulnerable person, but I am hoping that it's a good first step and that I can, you know, kind of practice what I preach, because I do believe, it's the 3rd time I'm saying it in this video, but I truly believe that there's power and strength in vulnerability. I think a lot of the time we see vulnerability as weakness, and it's really, really not. And so I just want to tap into some of that, and hopefully this series is going to like jumpstart that for me. Okay, everybody, that is it for this video. It has been a roller coaster of a year. I am grateful for the time that has passed, and I am excited for the time that's to come. Please feel free to keep up with me on all of my social media. Links are down in the description box below. You all have a very happy new year, and I will see you in 2019. Bye.